time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of your show. As far as we know, still the only live show on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m. to be created out of this amazing content creation studio located in the Sautner Concrete Services Clubhouse. This is the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. My name is Gary. We are so happy and grateful to have you on board today as we get so close to the weekend. It's going to be a good, big, fun weekend for a lot of us, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now, though, we have a tradition around here. This is what? We got Phenom back on the ones and twos. Give us a there. I see the Phenom. He's just a hand. It's really weird and creepy, but we just roll with it. Is this 91? 90? 91? 91 it looks like. That thumbs up means episode 91, the 91st attempt we made to go live on YouTube. And I think, dare I say, we are just starting to get the hang of it a little bit. The hang being everyone wants to see Maggie. So let's go now to the Maggie Cam. There she is, our sweet, beautiful Margaret. Oh, she's so beautiful. Every time she just gets more and more majestic. The Maggie Cam for our incredible pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with their beautiful puppy Leroy, who just so happens to be dating Margaret. Always happy to make your day incredibly better. And if you're not there during day business hours, after day business hours, whatever those are called, they still got you covered with Kirsten, Shar, and Chris there through the weekend. It's so much fun. Every time we go there, the day just gets better. So all the love to our good friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Again, you too could have a puppy this happy all the time. Starts with our friends over there, just so you know. Okay, back to work we go. Thursdays are a lot of fun around here because we have guests that have become Thursday guests. If you, what do you, the little head pop up there? Yes, Margaret, I see you. Normally we have CTV's Matt Young. He stops by and we do a little video game talk. He hasn't been able to get into the office today as his real job is taken over. He's a very busy guy and he's very important over there, so he's doing his stuff. But we do have other people that have come in to fill in, one of them being a guy we love around here, a dude that has come on many times now and made many different incredible appearances. I'm not sure how this one's going to go as he looks very prepared. We got some walk-up music for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Phenom's dad! Look at this man. Look at this man. He's got two words for you. I'm going to let you guess what they are.
You say I'm prepared, but I feel unprepared this time.
Dude, you got no
I was
sleeves?
supposed to be like
Half the battle.
I was supposed to be like the cleanup guy at the end. You had all these important people coming on, and they have forsaken you. Nowhere. Where's your real guest, Scare?
You know what the best part is? You're here for the show now. You're not leaving this seat, so they can both go up over there. They can take turns on the third mic.
Right?
You're in the house, dog. We gave you. I told you yesterday. I didn't want to just squeeze you in, right? I said let's go tomorrow. Let's go full on because you brought some really, really cool stuff with you.
Before we go, I'm gonna add to the VHS library.
I'm loving this.
WWE's funniest moments.
No way. I've never seen the funniest moments.
Well, they're
VHS
pretty dated.
wrestling.
This is 80s, so a lot of their, and it's wrestling, so a lot of their funniest moments may be like inappropriate by today's standards.
Very true.
You know?
One of my favorite NHL VHS cassettes was called Pro Hockey Funnies, and it was all like a blooper thing from hockey.
Yeah.
I watched that thing probably over 10,000 times. I know every word to this day.
Right. You will not do that with this one.
No,
this one is not.
Not the same as that?
No.
Are you saying they're not that funny?
I laughed more in like a cringe laugh of like somebody released this in the 80s and there's a lot of inappropriate by today's standards, but that's what you get, right?
That's what it was
you
back
can
then.
see right here, Roddy Piper has a brother Love tied up and gagged and he's put him in a diaper to humiliate him.
That's exactly what we see there.
I mean, I'm sure Brother Love is still dealing with this trauma today.
Oh, of course.
Here he was, The Bushwhackers ate at a buffet.
Oh, I bet
which was a good 7 minutes of them just like crushing food in their mouth like Cookie Monster, letting it fall back out. And I mean, I guess somebody thought that was funny.
We need to get we have to start showing off these VHSs.
Right?
More.
And Hillbilly Jim Dosey Dode. There you go.
Was that with the Fink? Is he with?
Yes, he's dancing with the Fink. That's amazing. There you go. It's all yours, buddy.
I got this VHS.
Okay.
I know you have experience in transitioning VHS onto not VHS. What's it called? The computer.
Yeah, a media file.
Yeah.
Raiders football, the 1995 season highlights. Look at that.
My good buddy, the great Scott Anderson, dropped that off with his son Asher here earlier today because on the Dude podcast, the first episode dropped last week. I think the new episode out today. On the Dude podcast, we talked about that exact VHS tape and the intros that were on there and the hilarity that ensued from that. So much so that he heard it and dropped off this tape. So I said, I got a guy who can transition that for sure.
Well, I could transfer it.
That's what I mean, transfer it.
I can help with transition, but I'll transfer it for sure.
I know. I just learned how to transition, actually. Network Ryan was showing me.
Yeah,
how to transition from the intro, the dissolving into the actual segment. Yeah.
What else can that thing do, Phenom?
Man.
Can you do the sheep transition? Can you do
stars?
stars?
That's a quick one.
Dissolve!
Yeah, what else you got?
I'm in a dream now.
This is amazing.
I'm in a dream, right?
That is amazing.
We're coming back out of the dream.
That's fun.
You should use. We can't really format.
LB always does his whenever he's in here. He likes to put his little bit of flair on, so he does the sweeps.
Yeah,
and he does like the top downs and all that cool stuff.
Oh,
so I'm happy we're
put a little razzle dazzle on it.
Put something, right?
Yeah.
Like I said,
if we had camera ops, we could use negative space, so we could go to like a tight shot of Gary, and then over your shoulder, you could half dissolve like me in, and it'd be like one of those Sears portraits from the 80s. He's kind of got it.
It looks like we're in an 80s video,
right?
Of like,
and then camera one would just keep panning up and into the void.
Dude, I'm having Rush game flashbacks.
Yeah, we did
hearing you talk about. Okay, camera. Let's take camera 2.
Camera 2, yeah.
Go camera 3, and ready camera 2.
Yeah. All right, Gary, pump up the crowd. Go Rush. No.
What was my exact?
It was good.
You're one of the few people that heard my exact line, like the exact moment where I was done. I was told for the 1,000th time, a man, Gavin, love Gav to death. That's my dude.
The Gav.
Love the Gav.
The Gav.
He's like, all right, Gary, let's get this crowd going. It's like, man, guys, I've tried every single thing I can think of to get this crowd going. I will now just be a parrot. You tell me whatever you think I should say, and I will say it because I don't got anything left. And that was when it died for me.
It's
so
tough.
hard.
It's tough. But for real. I mean, I know your thoughts of your contribution, and I would strongly disagree because it's sports. I mean, you know what gets the crowd going? Goals. And that's not a shot at any particular organization. It's like, you can have the greatest hype man ever being like, let's go, get into it, send the boys home with the W. And if you're down 20 points, like, people are looking on their phones.
And we had some great lines, too. Like, just you and I alone, the lines, like, I wish our on-air channel would have went over the air.
Right.
Because there was some really good.
Truth from the booth.
Really good jokes going in there.
Truth from the booth.
Oh, as we are hanging out with the great Curtis Anderson.
Let's get into it.
In the house. What do we say you're from? From Strip Down? You know him very well.
Shaw TV, from the radio stations. All of them.
From media.
From my channel.
Mermoose
Media.
Hey, man, what's your subs at, bro? I heard you're rolling over 5.
No, I'm almost at 4. Dude, I'm almost at 4.
Well, we have to.
Which is like a drop in the bucket for Gary Nickel.
No, it's not.
It is so.
Trust me when I tell you, it's not any drop. We are grateful for every single thing.
You've lapped my channel so many times now that it's like you think I'm right behind you, but really it's like.
To put this into perspective, just so everyone understands, this is my entire life. This is all I do. This is my job.
Yeah.
This is like 24/7. It's all I do. So we're always working on all the different routes and roads you can go to help push those numbers. And that's like the behind the scenes stuff that people don't see. All the hard work that goes on behind the show. As we have a dragon in studio, and I think this dragon needs to get up here right now because Coach number 2 is going to be coming in shortly. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got ourselves a dragon!
Wow, it's still sustaining.
Hey guys,
what's up, buddy? Got a fern in your way.
Oh, Jake the Snake, man. I told him to stop being a dick. He's like, never listens to any of our rules. We let him on the microphone one time, and you've never heard a more inappropriate snake plant in your life.
Right. Okay.
It's unbelievable. See, you say their names, they're like Joe Henry. They show up.
Right. Is this my cue to leave now?
No, I told you.
No, I can go.
This is my cue to leave.
No, Dragon's on, and then Coach coming in.
I was told he had important guests, and then you guys didn't show in time, so I was like, Curtis, get up here. And then as soon as I heard the car pull up, I was like, well, Gary, instant regret. He was like, oh.
To be fair,
never instant.
never got a single text from Gary if I was coming on, so I texted him at like 2 and like, am I coming on today?
I got a response.
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
I said, am I coming on the show today? Yeah, buddy, if you want to. So I said, okay, sure, I'll come in. You did not tell me when to come in, so I was like, you know what? It's my time today.
And what do I always tell you?
It's Triple H. It's his time.
I always tell you I want you here all the time.
There we go.
Every day. So
Should have heard the stuff you were saying about you before you walked in.
not
Like,
true.
these guys didn't show up. They're late. Curtis, get the mop. You got to clean up again.
Listen, I'm here all the time at 4:11 p.m. and that's my schedule. that's my schedule.
Hanging out
So.
with Dragon and the great Phenom's dad over here on your show, the Thursday edition. We got Coach number 2 also in the house, as the live vibe never changes around here. And that's what makes this show stand out. That's what everyone always said as well when we were on the other station back in the day. Why did your show always stand out? Because it was always live. No matter what, it was always live. And nobody goes live. And this type of stuff doesn't happen on a normal show. So I'm always grateful just for the natural laughter.
Right?
Like, that's hard to get.
No,
People don't
it is
get
true.
that.
As much as we're joking, there's no safety net with live TV.
It's incredible.
And there's a certain energy with it that you cannot replicate.
You're good.
Well, actually, we say it's live, but Gary sends me the script every day, and I reread it in my car before coming here. That's why I was late.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
The PDF.
We were
wouldn't download.
rehearsing this. It was like, hey, Curtis comes in. You've been waiting outside the window, waiting for the cue. Then, oh, look who just showed up. Okay.
I've been working on my fake
Phenom's
laugh.
in there, like, hey, we're on page 4 of the script.
I have my pants rolled up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
As per script.
As per script,
gotcha.
Yeah.
That laughter you're hearing, that's fake.
It's
I
all,
practiced that
it's
for
all
3 weeks.
cut. Like,
Yeah.
we've got 6 continuity people because we tape this show in like 30-second little segments, and we try to put it all together.
Yeah, look up there. You'll see an invisible cut right
Right.
now. There you go. See?
Right.
Yeah.
We have fun here, I think, is the point. And everyone who ever watches always says, it looks like it's a lot of fun there. And it really is exactly how it looks because it's live. And that's what we do. Dragon, you are in the house today. What's going on with you, buddy? What's up?
Oh, man. I don't know. Just had a nice, good work week. Ooh. You know what? Okay.
Here we go.
This is a crazy story.
Prove it.
So, my dad, he went to the hospital last night, right?
I'm very sorry to hear that.
He's perfectly fine.
Good.
Well,
Okay, I feel better now.
Okay, so he's at the cabin, right?
Okay.
All Emma Lake, great cabin.
Yeah.
He gets stung by a wasp on the thumb. Oh, no. Or finger, whatever. And
whoa. Come on.
And he's
Dude, you can hear it.
he's not allergic, or at least we thought. You know, he's 45 minutes away from any hospital.
Yeah, that's not a good place.
And not a great place to be, right? And all of a sudden, he starts breaking out in like anaphylactic shock. And
Were
so
you with him?
No,
Okay.
I'm like, it's like 9 p.m. I just ran an
Well,
errand.
I know you always have your EpiPen. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. And so my mom races him to the hospital. They're driving to PA as fast as they can, and like the ambulance meets them halfway, and I get a call from my like sister. Yeah, I know, so random. And it turns out he was just like stung by a wasp, and all of a sudden he became allergic. It's like such a random. Come sit. We can talk about this, but
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have Coach number 2.
So were they like, are you okay? You just got out of the hospital? And he was like, perfect. Ah! Why?
yeah.
Why?
That's a good question.
Apparently they got back to the cabin at like 2 a.m. last night, and they're staying for the rest of the weekend because they don't want that to ruin their trip. And it's just such a random thing to happen.
It's got a sting.
So here, funny story. My dad was.
Really close.
Well, that's good.
It doesn't translate on camera.
No, it does.
It looks great.
Okay.
You're gonna have to come in a little bit.
Okay.
Here, I
So
got it, Pino.
my father
Got
Was stung cleaning out his hot tub. There was a wasp nest under there, and he got stung several times and became deathly allergic as well. And he would break out, and he'd just like, if he would cut himself years afterwards, just a little cut, working whatever, he would swell up like crazy. Saw a doctor about it, and there was something that wasn't clinically proven yet, but a doctor was working on a medication where you kind of take B-Swell, and you take a series of injections. You take 3 injections a year. I think for 3 years he was doing this thing. That also needs to be fact checked. But anyway, he's over it. So he took these injections over a period of time. So if you have an allergic reaction, I got a guy. His name's Al, my father. I started in his left side, and he went through this. And I'll get you a name, and then you can give it to your father or yourself, and you might be able to defeat this scary thing that is wasps.
Yeah, well,
Wasps.
I'm not allergic as far as I know. I haven't been stung in a while, but and I think I just heard about this though in the States. You're going already? That's it?
I just changed the cameras for you. You're not leaving now. You get up here. You get back here right now. No. Dude, now the camera looks stupid.
Actually, looks pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I enjoy it.
You're lucky I really framed that up good. I was like Pudge Rodriguez.
Man.
Okay.
I did hear about this thing in the
Framed better than
States
OJ.
though, where there's like nose spray that can make take away an allergic reaction.
A nasal spray.
Yeah, and I don't
incredible.
know where it is or where it comes from, but I think it's like in trial right now where like instead of like an EpiPen, you can just like shoot up some nose spray.
Big EpiPen is not going to like that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, someone's going to get taken care of real quick.
you know what?
Thanks, Coach.
An EpiPen new costs like what, $200-300, but they make them for like 10 cents.
Yeah.
So really,
Don't you love when science decides to be greedy instead of
We're in the
help
wrong
society?
business.
Yeah.
yeah. But
It's like, why does it cost me like $2,000 to be on the show when I come on here, Gary?
You're that
Seems
good.
like-
You're that good.
It seems like I shouldn't
I
have
tell you
to
that.
pay that, but I
forgot
do.
when I moved this
Wait, you
for
pay?
Coach, I had to move over a
You
little
guys
bit
don't
more.
pay to be on the show?
only in favors.
Yeah, I pay him.
Oh.
Hey, you don't talk about our agreement. It says right there.
I have to give him
NDA.
cash before he lets me in here.
Yeah.
NDA deals.
But that was my night last night. It was so random, and
Are you still living that high life of having no parents at home?
I am. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that online that I'm home alone, but yeah.
Oh man, don't tell the wet bandits or the sticky
Well,
bandits.
I just
You're
realized,
in
like,
big
I'm a
trouble.
grown-ass adult, and I still live at home, but I'm like, oh, stranger danger.
I want to drive by your place and look for the cardboard cutouts going
Yeah.
around on the choo-choo train.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I still sleep with
better bandits, the sticky bandits or the wet bandits?
sticky
Sticky.
bandits. But yeah, it's just me right now, and
Living that
full
life.
access to the air conditioner, which
That's what I didn't want you to say out loud, because your dad's gonna whoop you when he gets home and sees that cooling bill that you've been firing up.
well, it's not going to be as bad as the ambulance bill, so I think we're still winning.
It's coming back again.
You're coming back.
You never stop talking, even though you laughed. Like,
Okay. Speaking of funny bills, guess who left the water on all night?
Oh no!
Guess.
Bill Goldberg.
No, I did.
Oh,
Okay. So last
that's a
night
funny
I got
bill.
to.
Okay.
I would say Bill Murray.
I started watering the lawn because we've neglected
Bill's House of
it
Flowers.
all summer long
Clients.
because it's expensive. I hate grass. I'm not a big grass guy. Are you guys
Really?
grass guys?
No.
Gary is, but-
Don't touch the stuff.
Hate it. I'm a garden guy.
I'll
rock,
smoke some grass.
like a rock. Yeah, you'll smoke it,
Yeah,
but like you won't grow it.
dude, you see my front lawn? There's some
It looks
patches
pretty
there.
good actually. Yeah.
Let's put that.
We're gonna
put
cut
the
that
Henry
up.
tree. Do you see
and
the
we're gonna
Henry
put
tree
the
out there?
Did we put it up already?
It's already out there. Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
did
haven't
the other day.
noticed. I'll go
Sounds
look.
like you died over there.
So anyway,
Arcing
I'll
up.
go back and play my game. But
I'm
the
dying a little right now.
This is amazing. You got.
I let the water on
Yeah.
all night
Horrible.
long. How much do you think? Funny story. Rob Johnston,
Oh,
turtleneck Johnston. He always wears turtlenecks. That guy, always in a turtleneck.
He's not on there. He's not on that one, hey?
He's not on
Mine
that. He
hell.
never did. Okay, Rob Johnston, $1,500 water bill. He had a water leak once, and he discovered it. So I'm a little bit paranoid if my water bill is going to be $100 to $500.
I'm sure you can just
Interesting.
file an appeal that says, "Listen,
Thank you for that.
someone broke into
incredible
my house."
I don't know what to tell you,
contribution
man.
Right there. That was good.
Yeah.
By the way, you can't see what's
I-
going on here if you're listening to the audio version, which you can pick up anywhere you find your audio situations. Like the Amazon has one, and Apple has one. Apple Music, Spotify's, all those places. There's many.
Isn't there an app by now where you can like turn your water off remotely?
Oh,
it's $1 billion idea right now. See, what I do is I just set my my iPhone alarm for every 10 minutes, so I go and check and make sure the water's off.
I used to have the full setup on a timer.
Really?
It's 2 a.m. every night, or every third night. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was back when I had
underground
sprinklers at a nice house.
Get a swank pad.
No undergrounds here, unfortunately, but I don't need them. They're overrated.
We have underground sprinklers. They just decided to stop working, so
That's a problem.
That happens.
we're just like hand water now.
I've heard of that. You're handing out free water, eh?
Yeah, we take a water gun and we just shoot at the grass for a bit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all we do.
I just plugged my host at Coach's house because he has no idea how much he pays for water, and I run it down the street and water my own grass.
8 miles of hose going down.
Why he comes on the show and he's just like chewing his fingernails. He's like, the bills, the water bills. I don't know what to do. I turn the water off and there's still sky. I'm losing my mind, man.
I had them turned off.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Dragon, what's going on with the viewing room, bud?
New episode today.
Hell yeah.
How do you follow up
That's
Forrest
what I wanted.
Gump?
What?
How do you follow up Forrest Gump?
You'll like this. He's a big movie guy too, by the way. Nope.
Dark Knight.
No, you don't remember either. I can
Was
tell
it
you.
Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in my opinion, we didn't
Talladega
follow
Nights.
up. We did. Yeah. We did Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Which, like, I kind of
Very
enjoyed
good.
it when I watched it, but I watched it a second time about a week ago, and I actually don't really like that movie.
That'll happen.
I think I enjoyed it more the first time because I was just surprised, but then like when I watched it the second time, I was like, you know what, this isn't as good as I thought it was. So I said publicly about on our last recorded show that I would like to retract what my review was for that show.
Whoa.
So that's something we can probably put in the description for today when it comes out. Well, I know I'd watched it the day before.
How
the first
much
time.
of your viewing, like how you view media, has to do with like your current mood? What's on your mind?
I like that. Good question.
I went and
Good
saw
question, good
Cuckoo the
question.
other night.
Yeah.
A friend was like, let's go see Cuckoo, because we saw the ad for it when we saw Long Legs. And it was just like this, nothing was going on night. Let's go see this horror movie. And I loved every second of it. But I was in like such a good place that night. I was just in a naturally good mood. So now I'm like, was the movie really good, or was I just like happy to be in this air-conditioned theater eating popcorn? I don't know.
No, you know what? It's different for everyone, but for me, one of the biggest parts of reviewing a movie and enjoying the movie experience is going to the theater. You know, you're hanging out. It's just a bunch of strangers, but somehow you're all connected in a way. And
Shout out to AA Ron and Coliseum Presents. We love those guys over at the Broadway and at the Roxy.
yeah, well, yeah, and then Happy Gilmore, which is coming out soon, we saw there.
So
And
good.
Same with Fight Club.
I already
so-
have promos set up. You know what? We're going to do a little curtain jerk here real quick. All the promos that you see out on the social medias that get sent out. I spend a good couple hours here every couple days just going through all the shows and finding the funniest clips. You, Dragon, are probably in about 4, maybe 5 different promos from all of your appearances just on your show. That's how good you're doing right now. You are so funny. One of them is you putting on the hat. That was very humorous, the hat one. Got a couple of Happy Gilmore ones of me doing different things between
My
my legs.
favors must be good.
Coach and I are right here, man.
Point is that you're doing really well.
Yeah,
and I
this
wanted
guy's
you
so
to know
funny.
that.
So funny. I can't stop laughing. Right?
What are you, Pee Wee Herman and his big adventure? So funny I forgot to laugh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But like we were saying, I think the movie experience is amplified by going to the theater and seeing it with your friends and
Of course.
having good popcorn. And I feel like instantly I'm taken out of a movie if I hear someone talking behind me or someone's on their phone. I just get so angry. And
Does
it's
that
like
happen much anymore?
Yeah, I mean,
Theaters aren't that packed for what I see, so it's not really a thing.
When
There
I
was
went
2 other people seeing Cuckoo, and they were way in the back corner. So I mean, they could have been I don't
Doing
know.
anything.
They could have been on their laptops for all I know.
They could have been pirating that thing all the way to the other side of the world. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's just I like the theater experience a lot, and I think it amplifies it. So definitely, I like to consider the enjoyment aspect, and that's something we talk about on our show a lot. Is you know, we review movies in two ways. We review it from a critic perspective of maybe like, okay, what story beats does it have? How do we feel about like the character development and the acting and the accolades? And then we look at it just from an enjoyment perspective. It's like, okay, did I sit down and did I watch this movie for 2 hours? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Well, if yes, then obviously you enjoyed aspects of it enough to keep watching, and so it's entertaining, and so we review it in two ways like that, right? So I think
It's a good show.
I think the movie kind of experience is the best possible anything for movies. Like you just can't beat it, right? Like I know there's lots of people who like to save the money and stay at home and Amazon Prime it, but and that's enjoyable too. But I just think that if I want to watch a movie, especially if it's new, then I want to see it in theaters opening night and be in a room full of people and then talk about it with my friends for 30 minutes afterwards because, you know, you're paying for that experience and I enjoy it.
I saw Blair Witch opening night in the theater.
I would have peed my
How
pants.
crazy is that? Oh, check this out.
Ooh. Up a little more.
Are we allowed to show that?
Up a little more.
There it is.
This is a movie
Speaking of movies,
we want to see on the viewing room, Dragon. This movie right here is a special one. Instruments of Evil. What's that say? Not only tunes get stuck.
your water
what?
bill. That's what that represents.
Thank you very much, Coach.
That's good stuff.
So,
Our own Vanna White.
tell
He has
us-
a question. He's back.
Here we go. Come on in. No, bring it up here.
Jesus.
That's up here. That stays here. Just show that.
hope
Until Dragon tells me I have to take it down, and then it comes down.
I hope that wasn't a runaround answer. I kind of...
No, I
Anyway,
want to know.
To add to what you're
First
saying
question,
there,
yes.
I have a question for you, sir.
Don't forget to look at your camera too. Have a
Okay,
little
so
camera
I'm
presence.
into a movie or a show right now, a series,
Okay.
with my wife,
Okay.
Sarah. Hi. Called Dark Matter.
Oh, you
It's
told me
with
about
some Edgerton guy, Joel Edgerton, might be in it. Maybe he's the producer. I don't know, some guy. Anyway,
Phenom like that one.
you like that one? Am I close?
No.
What?
You're okay.
Like it doesn't matter. That's the point. I don't
Exactly.
care.
They don't matter. Yeah.
And then it has some other actors in it. So anyway, they
It's like
the
when
first
McDonald's reviewing.
7 episodes are amazing. Like you tell they were planned, and then it's like by episode 8 and 9,
March.
it seems like they're rushed a little bit.
Hmm.
But I thought I was watching a movie for the first episode. I was like, man, this is a great movie. This is so good. Sarah's like, oh no, it's
then
a
it
series,
surprised you
and
with
it's
the
a series. So there's been a culture change where sometimes you'll be able to, if a show's popular enough, they might put it in a theater. So it's like, watch episodes 1 to 3 on for this next 2 weeks. Then another time you can watch episodes 4 to 6. So do you think that would up your enjoyment of a TV series?
Well, first off, hi, Sarah. He's already gone.
Sitting on your wife, bro. Nice. All right, continue.
I would say, yeah. I mean, for me personally, I'm extroverted, so I enjoy going out and doing the things and having that movie theater popcorn, right? So, I would say going with my friends to a theater would enhance the experience for sure.
So
It's hard to beat that environment.
Interesting, hey? Watching like a third of a series in a theater back to back to back instead of.
I just think in terms of like technical elements, the big screen, the comfy seats, and the good speakers, you know, coming together and it's just an enhanced way to watch anything essentially, right?
As a guy who has been, like, I spent damn near 2 or 3 years away from the theater, just got back. Deadpool and Wolverine was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
In my life, and it's because of that experience that you just said, like being in there and laughing, and all the people laughing around you, getting those jokes that you're not supposed to get, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, Deadpool is just basically a giant apology letter to the MCU universe for the last 10 years. Like that's all it was, just chirping all this stuff. And you guys covered it incredibly, by the way, on the viewing room.
And
here on
you
YouTube.
you went with your uncle,
My
correct?
uncle, yeah, best unky in the world too.
And you guys shared an experience, right?
Yeah.
And it
Wouldn't
was
share his
memorable.
popcorn. I had to get my own popcorn. but
Well,
shared the
that's
experience.
there's good and bad things with a movie theater, right? But and yeah,
It's incredible.
so
That's the point.
obviously different people have kind of different viewing standards and where they like to watch and whether they like TV or movies. But I feel like for me personally, if I'm offered a choice to go watch something in the theaters, I'm going to go make that choice. And my bank account wouldn't necessarily make the same choice as I do, but I choose to go down the theater route because I enjoy it so much and I appreciate it a lot.
Check out this news talk radio move I'm about to do. It's called The Reset. You're watching your show right here, the Thursday edition on YouTube Live, Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., hanging out with Curtis Anderson. You know him from Strip Down and so many other incredible projects, as well as The Dragon, who you know from The Viewing Room. He's also created a video that got over 2 million views once, which is super baller. We got Coach Mazer over on the Arkanoid machine right now, chasing Doe, who is the final boss in there, so we'll see how he does. And we got the Phenom up in the booth. He's legit just a hand. That's it. So cool.
What was your video?
As we roll on.
I helped shoot a music video for Rock 102.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's called Tick in a Box, and so it was like a parody.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was you.
Yeah,
I saw that.
It was
made
That was you.
That's
It finally,
all.
it hit. Okay, that's
huge.
good.
Yes,
Isn't that
Sully did a fantastic job
Yeah.
writing and making it.
Yep.
He
just
likes to give the
incredible.
credit to everyone else
No
but him.
small part of Whitney Graves.
Well, I think I don't know who 100%
We
wrote it. I
love
just
Whit.
know Sully and Whitney together just absolutely nailed it, and I think they gave me more credit than I actually deserved because
I feel like you'll never get the amount of credit that
I
you
watched
actually
that and I
deserve.
was like, there are so many locations in this. Like
So
it
much
was-
edits.
You could tell.
So many edits.
Even if you don't you're not in the industry and in the know, you can tell the
lot of
time
work.
that went into that.
yeah, we had a
He
ton
was
of
the one
fun.
that did that.
We had an absolute ton of fun, and it was just fantastic to work with them, and hopefully we can do it again soon. And I no complaints at all. It was a great experience.
Congrats.
To this day, I still feel like you don't get the amount of credit that you deserve. That's why I keep bringing it up in case you're wondering.
Well,
All the
I
love
feel
to
like
Whit,
I've been
love Whit, love Sully, great
adequately-
people doing great things. This guy needs the love.
Yeah, well, I got way more, so much more support than I ever thought I would for that, and
From this place,
it was
and
just
you're welcome.
absolutely
What about
crazy.
over there?
As someone, yeah, absolutely. As
That was a joke.
as someone who like kind of prefers to be more behind the scenes and things, I don't expect those kind of things, but I think just as a whole, it's been a fantastic journey, and I'm excited for the next one.
That's a really long, drawn out answer. Thanks would have been perfect. That was a lot right there.
I wanted
But
to
we
go-
are proud of you is the point.
I
We'd
wanted to
love
go
show you
back
off.
to your comment though about how you rewatched something you didn't like the second time. My favorite TV show I've ever seen was HBO's 6 Feet Under, and I'm so afraid to go back and watch it for that very reason. Because
Yeah.
it's been like
Oh,
12
almost too long,
years,
yeah.
and I'm
Well,
like,
it's
I don't
still
know.
hit.
I don't know if it's gonna.
That's your
I can't. I
favorite,
gotta
eh?
leave the memories of that alone. I love that show so much. I loved it so much.
What's
Greatest series ending I've ever seen. I think it's untouchable, and I'm so afraid I'm gonna sully how much I love that.
What's a quick synopsis of 6 Feet Under? What was the...
They run a funeral home out of their basement.
Yeah.
The dad dies and gives it, and the family. It's like forces the family to work together and keep running this in his honor.
Crazy. So it's
And,
basically like about Paul Bearer?
Yeah, basically.
Murder! You murder! 6 Feet Under!
Yes, that I did not expect you to go there.
I love Paul Bearer.
All back to
man. I'm a
wrestling.
Paul Bearer
All back
guy.
to wrestling. Yeah.
Very interesting.
At least once every episode, somebody sits up,
Yeah.
like Michael Myers and The Undertaker. But anyway, my other going back and revisiting story was actually I don't even know 5-6 years ago. I was like, Phenom, let's watch my 2 favorite movies of all time.
Here we
'cause I
go.
know you haven't seen them.
Here we go.
So we sat down, and in back-to-back nights, we watched Terminator 2 and The Dark Knight. And the funniest thing happened was I hadn't watched Terminator 2 for so long, and I had seen Dark Knight, obviously, more recently. And after we watched those 2 back-to-back, I liked Dark Knight less and Terminator 2 more. I think just because I put them head-to-head.
I feel like I would have liked Batman more. I feel like
I didn't go into there being like, oh, I'm gonna, decide which is my all-time favorite movie. I just remember feeling way more excited after Terminator 2 ended than Dark Knight.
wow.
Viewing room, head-to-head battles. So it's just a segment on
Yeah.
the viewing room.
Whoever gets a bigger score gets to stay, yeah.
And then you'll just start doing head-to-head movies.
How did we write in the script that he'd have more dialogue than any of us, and
Right?
he's not on stage?
Dude, I told you, there's a reason
You
he's
need
the
a wireless
right-hand man.
mic. You
He's
need a wireless mic.
He's the right hand to the throne, that guy. He's got the pin on. He's the one that walks around, and nothing goes through my brain. It all goes through his first.
Watch
And
this.
I'm not saying I didn't like The Dark Knight, because it's still like arguably my favorite movie of all time.
It's up there.
I don't know what it was. Watched them back to back.
I can
and
tell
was
you
like,
exactly what it was.
Terminator 2. And then when I was watching Dark Knight, I was like, someone blow up the boat. Oh my God, I've been here half a day. Someone blow up the boat already. Jesus.
I wouldn't be afraid of that though. I talked with some people about this recently, and one of the coolest things about watching movies and stuff and TV shows like years in the future is, obviously you're going to be a little bit different, and you might think, I love this thing and it was horseshit. and now, like, I don't know what to think about it, but yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of that stuff, because for me it gives me a unique perspective of how subjective everything is and how...
Yeah, you probably grow as a person though, and I don't, so... That might...
Yeah. But it is a real thing though, that like, for sure.
I can tell you that Terminator 2 was one of the first movies I remember crying while watching, like in the moment. Like our whole family was downstairs at the house on Dufferin, and I remember watching the T-1000 going down with the chain and yelling at John Connor, like, "You don't have to do that! Why are you doing it?" And then all that's left is the thumb, and that's when I lost. I had to go downstairs and like cry by myself in the bathroom. I was like 12 years old.
And they don't give you
and,
like
it
the...
just goes down, that's it.
They don't give you like the walking home montage, like,
No.
whoa, what a day. It just fades to black,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, it's my soul, you guys.
And there's no chance that that's going to actually eliminate Skynet. Like, come on.
We're living it.
Yeah. Don't get me started. These guys give me shit all the time. for Skynet.
I feel so uncomfortable when Gary mentions Skynet when I'm on here, because I just feel like when I'm driving home, there's going to be a bullet in the back of my head.
And especially we're all AI. Like, none of us are real. So it's all AI generated content.
Yeah.
We have AI generators facing each other in an endless loop, and that's what this is.
Okay. We have a couple movie experts in the house right now. Curtis Anderson, you know him from everything.
Oh, yes.
Over there is Le Dragon. You know him from the viewing room. And oh, so much more. Instruments of Evil. Not only tunes get stuck in your head. Tell us more, my friend. What's going on with this bad boy?
Hugh Evans of Eyecatcher Video was like, we should make a movie. And I was like, we should, Hugh Evans. So he was like, it's a lot to make one giant movie locally with no budget. So why don't we do the old like Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, and to a more relevant extent, the what's the Crypt Keeper? What was that show?
Tales from the
Crypt.
Yeah.
Where they have like 3 short stories and a wraparound story.
Perfect.
And thus became 2 years of my life as we wrote and shot this thing. So I was in charge of the second story. That was really my baby. I wrote it, got the actors, we shot it, I edited it. I'm pretty proud of it. But it sticks out like a sore thumb, because Hugh Evans did the first and the third and the wraparound, and he chose to put his time and efforts into like the special effects.
Ooh.
More so than the acting.
Took the Marvel route, hey?
He was like, I have paid a makeup artist to make it look like someone is realistically tearing the skin off someone's face.
Ew.
And then he walked out his front yard
awesome.
and saw some guy mowing his lawn. He's like, hey, you want to be the main character in this movie? And the guy was like, all right.
That's so
Do I have
awesome.
to read off a script? He's like, probably. And he was like, oh, I can't do that. He's like, we'll just keep shooting. We'll be fine. So mine is like if Seinfeld did horror.
Oh,
Mine's very like ping pong.
horror about nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Ping pong dialogue, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Everyone's laughing. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
There's some scares and some funny moments. You're expecting a zig and it's a zag, but it's definitely like the exception compared to the first and the third, which is funny because people will watch it and either they love my segment 2 or they hate it. It like depends what you want,
There's
right?
no in between.
No.
Yeah.
So it was fun
Well,
in
that's
that way,
cool,
and
though.
and like nothing. Can't even say a single slightly negative thing about Eyecatcher Hugh Evans. They gave me the platform. They were so fun to work with. He just like allowed him, he walked so I could run or fly.
That's
I don't
the
know how
one.
that goes.
That's
He was
it.
like, do your thing. And I did my thing. And that became story 2 in this.
And that's how you get stuff up on.
And every
the
day
table
I
here.
text him and I say, when are we doing Instruments of Evil 2?
And the
and-
response is?
He says, we're not going to do it. And I said, I got the tagline. Registered sax offender.
Oh my god.
Like saxophone.
Yeah.
Instruments of Evil 2.
I was-
Registered sax
I was gonna
offender.
say-
And he hangs up on me every day.
the murderer uses the saxophone as the murder weapon.
Right, because that's the theme.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm
starts
with ya.
and they're taking these 3 haunted or what's going on up there?
It's the mouth trumpet. Don't worry about that. He does it all
They're
the time.
taking these instruments of evil into evidence. These cops, and they're like, well, how can this?
How could this beautiful saxophone be evil?
So I got to make a violin with a saw blade in.
Of course.
And you know who plays?
Of
Hey,
course.
you know who plays? Has a cameo. You know who plays?
I love where this
the
is going.
child that grows up to be the psychopath in mine.
Got to be the phenom.
It's the phenom.
Gotta be the phenom.
Making his,
Look at that.
Making
Look
his
how pumped he
screen
is.
debut. Have you ever been in a movie?
Oh,
you ever been in a movie?
Listen to
Have I ever
this.
been
Yeah.
in a movie?
He not only has been in movies, he
guy?
made one. He's a film
I
guy.
was gonna dunk on
He's
you.
a film guy.
Yeah, no, it's been in a movie, but fine. That's all good.
He's a legit filmer. We played his film on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
I did
What's
not
it
know
called?
that.
It's also a murder mystery. It's scary.
I called one Midlife Murder, and the other one was Mr. Janice, which I have hilarious stories for that one. And then
Midlife. What's
That
the
really-
one we played?
Midlife
That
Murder.
That really
Midlife
blew up
Murder.
in my face.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say
it.
you
No,
went the wrong way.
Of course you were in a movie.
That's
My-
where I was going with all
my
of this
newest
stuff.
one came out July 1st.
He
That
just
one's called-
graduated from race.
Yeah. That one was called My Absurd Journey of True Love's First Kiss and How I Became Mortal.
At least
long
you're with a
title.
short title,
well?
eh?
Yeah, I've done some acting. I was in this film called.
I'm like meeting you for the first time. I'm
I
sorry.
was in this
I
film
think I want
called.
you guys together. That was my whole goal was to get this conversation
Let's
started.
just cut him out and let's start collaborating.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Wait, how'd you know that? Wait,
He
what?
watched. LB also did a movie. They both did one.
Oh, yeah.
And we
I
played
had a
them.
50-50 shot. Have you been in a movie, Gary?
I have.
Damn it! Coach, have you been in a movie? Well, my kid has, okay? That's all I wanted.
Okay, well, first
That's all
of
I
all-
wanted. Could
can
not
you-
have gone worse.
Can you push in here?
Could not have gone worse.
I just want to show you that. I don't even know if you can
Oh.
see that. Coach looks like an 8-year-old in a dental
Hold on.
office right now.
Hold on. I got you. Here we come.
Trying
Here we
to-
come. Oh, I went the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. What are we on, 2 here? One.
One.
One. Here we go. Let's get a nice close up. Get it out of Jake the Snake there. There you go. Okay, what do we see? Oh, now it's black screen. Okay, now you got to turn it the other way. Your other way. Yeah, there it is. As we can see, it sucks while it cuts.
Can you even see
That's
that?
about it. I think I just blew it all.
He's playing this tabletop game.
Anyway, he's playing the tabletop arc.
Here, I can zoom in.
Not now, Mom.
It's all good. Thank you, Phenom. So the whole point of me getting you two together was to talk about him being a graduate from Race and how he's done movies as well and how he has the viewing room and how you guys can connect
Apologies.
through movies.
It's okay.
And then you guys just sort of blew it all up on me. It would have been
Should've
like really
picked Coach.
graceful and fun.
No.
Yeah, it would have been really great, and then I had to defend myself. No, I did a few different ones. One that LB and I was actually directed. It was called Whiz Bang.
That's the
and I
one.
was like a bully, and then there was one that I starred in or co-starred in, which is called Lyrical Genius, and that one was about a kid who can only talk in song lyrics, and I was like a boss that he was applying to work with, and what else? I did a LARP where I did like a side character role, and then I was the host of a TV show, like kind of found footage thing called Ghost Squad. Yeah, these are all HBO specials, but yeah, that really blew up in your face, didn't it?
Yeah, that did not work. That's
Did that turn out the way you wanted it to?
No, and nor did my movie. But
hey, that's something we can relate to.
it's all good. That's
I
awesome.
agree.
I had no idea.
Isn't that cool? This is what I say when I talk about this place being like a hangout spot, like a rehab facility for people that have been in the media or content creations sort of world, be it through radio or TV or whatever it is. You've done movie stuff. When you come in here, that sort of stuff is usually in your background, whatever it is. So we all have this common sort of thread going through everything. So a guy like you and a guy like you on the street would be like, oh, we have nothing in common. Then all of a sudden you come in here and you can talk movies for probably days. You know, it's the special powers of this place. It's really cool.
Once you get famous, though, never turn your back on your early work. I got a very... this is going somewhere. I don't want to say her name, but in my segment, I got a young, fresh-faced graduate from the University of Saskatchewan's drama department, and I was like, I need you to play my female lead. And she was like, awesome, this is my big break. It wasn't. But shortly after doing this, she started doing Persephone Theater, and she's like one of, if not the top, local actress that does local theater.
Is it Heather
does
Morrison?
Not return my call.
Is it
no,
Heather
it's
Morrison?
not Heather Morrison.
It's
But
not Heather Morrison.
Heather Morrison was my first pick.
Obviously, we all
Right?
love Heather Morrison's the best.
H-Mo?
HMO. All day. Very cool.
She's busy.
Well, she's a huge name in
in
like
demand.
in the arts world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a big wheel at the Cracker
Killing-
Factory.
and basketball with the Rattlers.
Yeah, but that's not her. It's someone else who's a big
Totally.
deal.
Yeah.
And she doesn't return my calls. And I'm like, hey, they're having a screening at the Broadway Theater. You should come. And she's like, I am going to hard pass and please lose my number.
Stop calling
If
me.
he could blur my face out in every copy ever made, that would be phenomenal.
Well, I think regardless of you love or hate your old work, at least you learn something from it. And
100%.
you can always appreciate it. Every short film I've made or any piece of content I've made, I look back on and a month later I'm like, all right, well, I think I could do a little bit better than that. That wasn't my favorite, or I wish I'd done this. But at the end of the day, it's like at least you did something.
For sure.
And the next one you do is going to be better because you did that one. You know what I mean? So that's the mentality I go into, and it's.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Coach 3?
I'm Coach 3 now.
Oh, because Coach 3 was your brother. Oh, yeah. JMA is Coach 3. He'd be Coach 4.
They're not good vibes here today, Gary.
Yeah.
Curtis
I've been trying to be
Anderson.
Coach 3 since this show started. You know what?
Dude, don't be a sheep. Don't be a number.
Hey, there's
Be
nothing wrong with
yourself,
Coach
man.
5.
No, you be yourself. Don't be a coach.
Can I be Coach 0?
No, you're not going to be a coach. You're going to be yourself. Everyone here
What
is
if I
different.
put my hat on backwards?
If we end up
Oh,
with
damn.
the whole studio full of coaches, nothing gets done.
Right?
All right?
Is that like the not everyone can be a hero? Some people have to sit on the curb and clap as we go by
That's
speech
the
I'm
one.
getting?
Yeah.
The one my
Some
dad gave
people
me?
just have to sit on the side and watch as the adults go out and embarrass themselves
Right.
over and over and over again. Non-stop. That's what this show is. Constantly embarrassing ourselves. Hopefully you're enjoying it as we continue. We got about 10, 15 more minutes, Coach. If you want to come up at any point, feel free.
I will say, though,
What do you mean
as
you're
Coach
good?
comes up, they played this at the Broadway Theater,
Oh, it must have killed.
and I wanted my main surprise to get a reaction, and it did, and that's probably one of the top 10 moments of my life.
Goosebumps.
Where because it was for like
He would
it was
understand
Dark
this.
Bridges Film Festival, and it was part of the film festival, and they played it, so the place was like
Oh,
legit
that's
sold
awesome.
out because they put it before something people really wanted to see. But the fact that the whole place reacted to like my one part made
The
me
one
feel
thing
really
that you
good.
want. Well, that's all.
The rest was gravy. I hooked him from the beginning.
I call that the
Right?
that's the fuel that ignites the rocket ship, right? That's
Right.
the fuel. Like it's like hitting a really good shot in golf. That one really good shot can erase the 97 before that were horrible. That one keeps you going back, and that one moment, it's like I can do this.
I'm chasing that.
Chasing it.
It's one of the
And
main
that's
things
what-
I'm chasing.
That's what this place is. This place is that rocket. You get in here, you get a guy like my sweet dragon. He comes in here.
Paid lots of money for this promo.
Right?
And not only does he thrive, not only does he succeed, but he hasn't had anybody with a big giant speaker saying, look at this guy. Look what this dragon is doing. Look at what he has created. And I do that as much as possible because a guy like him deserves that because no one else will.
Absolutely.
And when you start pushing guys like that, all of a sudden he gets offers to chase his dream and he creates stuff and he starts doing all of these things that he wants to do. Sorry to talk about you like you're not
No,
here. It's just you're
and-
an example of what we do here.
If I can apologize all day in rewrites, I was like, I don't want to do the have you been in a movie line? Like it just
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Yeah.
so dumb when
Yeah.
everybody knows. And I fought and the producers were like, you're off the show if you don't say the line. So I had to come up here and play the fool, but as it goes with scripted AI content.
So
Yeah, it's good. I should just say though that I do have people supporting me like that because my grandma on Facebook
There you go, family.
writes the nicest reviews
yeah.
ever. So that's my walking advertisement.
I appreciate that. We also have a
So
book.
you and my grandma. Yeah.
Between the two of us, we'll get you there. We have
Not enough
authors
time.
here. We have movies here.
Not enough
We have
time.
people and all sorts of things. This right here. We've talked about it numerous times. C.J. Anderson.
The
That's
book I sold.
that's him right
I
there.
wrote it and I sold it.
And it's incredible. And I've read a couple reviews. That's how I know it's incredible.
Pass it this way.
Send it down. So when we say author, when we say director, actor, now you know what we're talking about. And I'm always getting in shit for all the stuff I put on this table because I like to have all these things to show off all of our friends. And so when I add to it, usually I get yelled at, but I haven't been yelled at yet for these. So these might be able to stay for a bit.
Okay.
Because we know we got Adrian Blarson over there. We got Uncle Mike's stuff. We like to show off our friends that are involved with this. And if you want to be involved with this, I'm not sure which camera I'm on. 2, 3, to you. Am I looking at it?
Swedish
One,
Swedish
you.
publishing
There
house.
it is. If you want to join the team, you want to serve one up with me, boys? Head on over to dufferinave.com.
Oh, you're way off.
Look at that. Yeah.
Make a sandwich.
And then you can young bucks it a little bit.
That's
Give the
cool.
old one.
Congratulations on a book.
Hey, thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations. That's top.
Head to dufferinave.com.
You should have given me all this attitude and be like, did you write a book? So I could have been like, yeah, I did.
If you want to advertise
Were you
with
in a
us,
book?
or if you have a show that you want to start, you want to do some content creation, we got you covered. You want to have us cover an event you're doing, we can do that too. We can do anything that you can dream up. That's why we call it a content creation studio. That's truly what it is. So if you want to be a part of it, join us, let us know. Head to dufferinave.com and holler at us. Oh yeah, we got a state-of-the-art sound booth. The Abyss was just in there spitting hot fire. Along with Von Trasser 911 Turbo, we got a new gold record that we're going to be dropping very soon once it gets compressed and gone over and layered and all the important words that people say about producing music. It's going to go through that. But we call it the Death Star. It is fully operational. And we've been told it's the greatest quality of sound you could possibly get from a situation like this. And not just for that. Like this one goes up against all the big dogs, and we are told that that does very good. No bounce back, no sound quality cleanup that you got to do because the booth is so unbelievably dead, which is a very good thing
The
apparently.
timbre is incredible.
That's the one. See? That's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Dufferin Avenue Media, the best situational studio.
There it is. Perfect. It's just I sit here and I talk about how important you guys are to a place like this, and I just want to make sure everyone knows if you're watching, this could be your place too. If you got a dream you want to chase, you can come here and we can make it happen. We're doing some good things voicing wise.
It's coming.
We're making
it's
some
coming.
moves.
There's so many spinning plates. Is that the
That's it. They're all up
So
there.
many-
and
something in
got
the
one on
fire.
chin and like a couple on your kneecaps, and they're all spinning around.
right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. 1,000%. How's the game going over there, Coach?
Not very well.
Sounds like a lot of deaths. That's fair.
Not really dialed in.
Well, why not? Have you been distracted by the show
You
we're
should
doing?
have just dragged that thing over to the side of the picnic table here. And
It would have
played
been
that the
too
whole
loud
time.
though. Like she really thumps. As
Well, it
can
was
hear
open. You
definitely
can
in
turn the
background.
volume down inside the tabletop video
Is that
game.
possible?
Yes.
Do you know
I
where
have
that-
WrestleFest in my basement,
course
and I
you
had
do.
to turn it down.
That's fair. You get yelled at, right? Too loud.
I was yelling too loud. Oh no, DDT! Everybody's got a price for the
All I
$1
remember
man.
is Earthquake doing this one. He puts the thumbs down.
It's time to
jumps
go.
around.
You start doing the tremors.
Yeah,
It's bad
it's
news. I
pretty
shook
good.
the house.
Yeah, I
Shook
get
the
it.
house. As it
Absolutely.
should. I may have been jumping up along with him, so
Well, yeah, you gotta create the environment, right?
yeah.
At least you were in a movie.
Right? Just trying to give my kid a shout out, boy. What a time to be alive.
The best live show on YouTube. from 4
Anyway,
to
my
5,
kid was
every
in the
day.
movie, and he plays the killer,
Future
future killer,
Psycho.
right?
Very cool. that
And
you got
Heather
your kid
Morrison is not in it,
in. I don't
but
think I
my
can
son
watch it.
is.
No, that's pretty.
All right.
That's awesome.
We love to support the phenom, and everyone
And I don't
does.
care who else has or hasn't been in a movie in this room. That moment was about my son
That's fair.
being in this movie I made.
That's beautiful. Oh, all right, you guys. Let's do a quick run over of our incredible, our family here, our friends over at Aquaman Limited. The best underwater drone inspections ever in the history of underwater drone inspections, and they do so much more. Be sure to check them out. Our friends over at Sotner Concrete Services, Nickel Plumbing and Heating, Hammer Time Roofing, and many, many more. Janeb Finishing, Mr. Dr. Hausman, Dr. Funkhauser, and the old tooth booth over here. So many people that have come on board, and they have said, you know what, we love what you're doing. We see you're trying to make the world a better place. We're sick of everyone out there being assholes. We said, no dicks, no assholes. We only want kind people. And if you believe in that, and you believe in karma and doing good things, this is the place for you.
You should go live at 2:30 every day and just give Dr. Hoosman a shout out
Dr. Funkhauser right there.
because it's 2:30.
Oh, tooth booth humor.
Just like bam, 1 minute.
Have
This
we?
is why we need AI.
Just scream it. Just
That sounds like that was
hold
made
that
AI.
up and scream it.
Is that what AI spit out when you put that in? You need a joke about a
Hey,
tooth booth.
you
Yeah.
take it up with the writers, okay?
That's 100% when
They
AI
have been
shows
giving
up.
me the worst lines today.
T1000, I'm calling you out, bro.
Right?
I want you at SummerSlam.
I'm gonna end with you lowering me into the vat of acid.
There it is.
I
Don't
will
do it.
do
I'll
that.
cry. I'll cry. He's going. Are you gonna go for it?
Hasta la vista.
Oh man, yeah,
Hey,
Tell your mom to keep doing the
make sure we
chin-ups.
cut to a Maggie cam in like 4 seconds.
yeah. And Maggie Camp, quick. Let's see what we got down there. There it is. Oh.
Nope, that's the wrong way.
See, she's pumped. She knows we're getting real close to sup time.
Yeah.
Like if you say sup, she will be very excited.
So am I, though.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry too.
I never, you always talk about sup, and you never invite me.
That's true.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I get
If
made
only
fun
I
of
was
a
in a
lot.
movie.
I get made fun. Get your name on IMDb, and you can IMDb.
Hey, funny
IMDb.
thing, there's a bunch of Curtis Andersons, and
course
for a
there are.
while there, I was on like Black Hawk Down, and because they
Congratulations.
got the wrong Curtis Anderson on IMDb.
And they used yours?
Yeah,
That's
and
like
I
a
had all these
jackpot.
credits,
That's a huge jackpot.
right?
Yeah.
And I tried to get work so quickly, and it didn't happen.
It's funny how
I
they snip that out
tried
of
to
it.
be a different Curtis Anderson.
That's hilarious.
And even just locally, there's Curtis Anderson,
Whoa,
the
what do
youth
you-
pastor. There's Curtis Anderson, the cowboy poet. There's Curtis Anderson that works at some like audiovisual place. He's
Cowboy
good.
Poet sounds fun.
Okay.
There's Curtis Anderson, who's
How do you
in
know
trouble with
all this? That's scary.
because
It's
when
his name.
Facebook first started and I didn't have my face as a profile, I was getting messages from people thinking I was one of the many other Curtis Andersons. I would get like, Curtis Anderson, can you hook me up with drugs? And I was like, I don't think this is the right Curtis Anderson.
And then you realized
then
it was
they'd
Gary
be
and you.
Curtis Anderson, can you write me some cowboy poetry? And I was like, that's not what I do. And then they were like, Curtis Anderson, remember we were at Christian camp? Well, I'm feeling very tempted again. And I was like, I'll be right over.
Phenom. Let's go ahead and get some Frankie's fingers going. We've reached our natural end to this incredible episode
Hilarious.
91.
It's true.
of
We should
your
get
show.
every single Curtis Anderson on the show.
It'd be like the Spider-Man meme.
We do the clown in the mirror thing.
Oh,
That's Are we going? Okay, I don't got it coming through mine, just so you know. It's
Oh,
probably muted on that
that
one
was
button. Oh, Coach has gone to some sort of business. Are you leaving? You're not leaving, are you? Well, you can play piano with us. We're making our way out.
are we supposed to be?
Let me know when we get down like 30 seconds there, Phenom.
Oh, thank
Dude,
you for this. I had a good time.
Thank you for coming on here, and I'm happy. Even though it sort of took a different road to get there, I'm happy you guys finally got to do your whole. Whoa, you like films too? You know films? Have you done this? Yeah. You made one? Oh, so did I. It was all there for me to set up, and you just jumped in. You were like Kool-Aid Man on this whole situation. Just blew it all up. Like, oh yeah.
Have you
The
been
second
on-
we walk out of here, you are going to be cursing me so bad, and I deserve it.
No,
I
it-
deserve
it's
You're
fine.
Like, this idiot that's come in like 3 times is like, who are you?
Yeah, no, really.
Have you ever been in the studio before?
It's clear that I've been on here more than you have. Not to brag or anything, but I don't think you really know what's going on here. So
You're like the 7th person to tell me that this week. All aspects of my life. My current employer.
I never asked.
My son who's been in a movie. My wife tells me that like 3 times a day. Like the Amazon guy when I'm like, I don't know, how does this work? Do I give you something? Like
Shout out to my main man Adam. He's my Amazon guy. He always
Yeah.
drops stuff off. Very good, dude. I keep saying I'm going to get him in here and sit him down and see what we can do to help all of the people out there that are delivering everything now because no one shops anymore. You know, little things like that.
And yeah, I've been in a movie. I played the drummer in the 3rd one that I didn't write.
but you are a writer.
Yes!
This
I
man writes.
sold a book.
It's amazing.
I have to say sold because people are like, I got published, but you can just do it yourself now. So that's my passive-aggressive way of being
Sold.
like, I wrote something that somebody bought. Not taken away from self-published authors. It's fine, but
Dude,
I
it's
was,
all good.
I was pounding the pavement.
No, whether it's
places.
process.
I gotta cut you guys off. We gotta wrap
That's
this
it.
up on
Aw.
behalf of my sweet little dragon, coach number 2, the Phenom over in the booth, and the great Curtis Anderson. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, karma is very real. Do good things; they'll start happening to you.
Don't tell me that.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I love you, Curtis.